Well, hello there, my darlings. Happy bloody Tuesday to you, and welcome to a speed build. This was the speed build that was supposed to have been coming out on Friday, but I didn't get a chance to finish it. This is my legacy farm. It is called Legacy Farm as well. I decided to keep that name. I thought it was quite sexy, quite fitting. But this is a farmhouse where my legacy family, or one of my legacy families, are living. They were living in Willow Creek in the mid-century modern house that I made for my Willow Creek save file. It was this huge mid-century mansion, and it was just too big. It was too big for my gameplay. There's a family of 4 living in here now. I'll go over that a little bit later. But yeah, I was just having difficulty kind of like playing in a house that size, so I decided to bring the size of the house down. And we went for this one here, which is a modern contemporary farmhouse. Ignore what I'm doing with the roof here. We change out the roof a little bit more later. I'm making some skylights, but I show you what I was doing and then what we do in a second. But yeah, so it's a 3-bedroom farmhouse, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It has got an open plan level kind of like study, dining, kitchen, living moment, all downstairs. I wanted like a really fresh take on a farmhouse. We are in the world of Henford-on-Bagley, by the way, on a 64 by 64 lot. And we're using lots of lovely custom content today as well. So I will get this up on the gallery. This week at some point, I will get all of the CC linked, I promise, and get it up on the gallery if you guys do want to go and download this into your game. Now, ignore a lot of the wallpaper choices I'm making at the minute. I really love that lighter timber. I love the lighter timber with the black accent. But the more I progressed with this build and the more that I like filled this lot up with kind of like the cow sheds that I do make all by myself as well. And the kind of like greenhouse and growing area and the swimming pool and stuff. I just didn't like the light timber with the lot. It was standing out a little bit too much. I wanted it to blend in with the surrounding area a little bit better. So I decided on going for a little bit more of a darker timber on the exterior. So that is exactly what I did. Yes, I did. So anyway, yes, very nice. There's the skylights now. You can see what I did. Well, you can't. It's gone. But there's a skylight in each of the bedrooms, and it just adds in a really nice bit of light into each room. So as I said, we're using lots of custom content. I use mainly Harry's Spoons windows for this kind of like converted barn, like farmhouse, I would say. Maybe they just really reclad it and made it look extra modern and whatnot. And it's a nice big space downstairs. I really wanted a feeling of family coming together downstairs. So I wanted it all open plan across the whole of the ground floor, apart from the boot room and the toilet, which is downstairs. And there's also another toilet and bathroom upstairs. I was playing around with a lot of the vibe and the shape of it. We end up going for this lovely stone underneath. We keep that stone, but we just change the cladding on top of the build itself. Yes, we do. So obviously, speed build today on a Tuesday. Tomorrow we're going to start off again with some Let's Build the World. So we've got a new cheeky family to introduce you to. And on Friday, I'm going to do a challenge video. Now, next week, you might have already saw it in my community tab or on Twitter. If you're not following me over on Twitter, then why the hell not? How very, very, very dare you? I am taking the week off from streaming and recording next week. There won't be any pre-recorded content either. So if you're wondering where I am, I just need to recharge my batteries, loves. I really need to recharge my batteries. And I always say mental health and all of my physical health will always come first. I used to, back in the day, I used to just plow on through and just get the content out, and then it's not good for you. It's not good for you. And that goes for all of you creators out there. Do not feel afraid to take some time for yourself. Yes, you might not earn the money that week, but money isn't everything, my darlings. Your well-being and everything else is the main factor of you being human, you know? And this job comes with like a lot of pressure. It does. And I know people out there are going to be thinking, what is pressurized about you making Sims 4 content? Well, do you know what? I do feel pressured, and pressured in a good way. Don't worry about it. I'm absolutely fine. But when there's lots of people who love your content out there, like all of you lovelies, you want to get it out there. You have fun whilst doing it. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love my job, but sometimes I'm just a human. I need to like step back and take some time for myself. So next week, as I said, no videos. And I'll probably remind you about 20 times this week because you know me. I'm very dramatic at that kind of thing. But yeah, that's it. The end. Thank you for coming. I'm live on Twitch tonight as well. 7 p.m. GMT. We're going to be continuing on with the high school build. If you do want to come and join us, 7 p.m. BST. Did I say GMT just a minute ago? I can't remember. But yeah, if you do want to come along, you can. So what we're doing now anyway is we're just getting down the bare shape of the lot itself. I wanted this lot to have a really high hedge around it without going into too much lore about my legacy save file. Talia, who is my main sim, the one who I started all of this legacy save off with, she's been married twice. And I really wanted her to be married to already pre-existing sims in the game. And first off, she was married to Aiko Yatama, and they lived all around the world together. They lived in Mount Komorebi because that's where it's not called Aiko, is he? No, that's his daughter. Sorry. I don't know what he's called, but he was a lovely sim, but the marriage didn't last very long. They had 2 children. Aiko is Talia's daughter. Do excuse me. And yeah, it didn't last very long. He was at work quite a lot, leaving her alone quite a bit. And she decided that she hated it. She is originally from Henford Bagley, so she's kind of came back to her roots, living in this lot now. And she met Thorn Bailey. You all know Thorn Bailey is. He is the celebrity, and they fell in love. They fell in love quite naturally, actually, which was quite good. I got past the point of him being a celebrity, and they just started flirting with each other. Now, he was married before, but we deleted his family and just pretend that he was single, just because I didn't want to feel like a homewrecker. So that is who Talia is married to now, and they were living in Willow Creek. They were living in Willow Creek in my mid-century modern house that I was saying, that big house that I built for the save file, and it was just too big. So they are adults now. They're getting on in a bit. Not getting on, but they're getting a few grey hairs here and there. Talia is an author, by the way. She does do screenwrites. She's the screenwriter. She does do a lot of like plays. I make sure that when she's writing, she's kind of sticking in with that theme, like biographies and stuff. And yeah, that playwrights, that kind of good stuff. And that, in my eyes, is how her and Thorn kind of like got together. Maybe he was in one of her films that she wrote, you know, that kind of like vibe. That was the vibe for it. And these two have been together for quite a while now. They have a kid together too. They have a little girl called Blue. I named her Blue because at the point I was playing this save file, it was quite fresh when Blue did leave this earth. So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to call one of my Sims kids Blue. And she is gorgeous. She's gorgeous. She's aged up to a child now. She's no longer a toddler. She does have 2 brothers and sisters, half brother and sisters. I told you about Aiko, but there's also Troy as well, who is Talia and the other one's son. I can't remember what he's called. I can't believe I can't remember. I played around with that sim for quite a while as well. But anyway, yeah, that is the lore of my kind of like legacy. We are going to go into it a little bit more, but I'm waiting for that awful bug that's in the game at the minute where all of the Sims' faces are smushed, because all of my Sims' faces are absolutely smushed, and I want them to be looking at their best when I come to show you guys them. So in the next few weeks, if we do get a patch for those bugs, I will do a overview of my legacy file and yeah, show you around. But don't be asking if I'm going to be putting my legacy save file up for anybody, because I'm not. I'm going to be very selfish. This is my private one. Well, not private, but just something I like to do by myself. Anyway, that was very long-winded and you've probably switched off by now, but you can see we've been building a greenhouse. I end up doing a lovely little greenhouse down here. I can't remember if I keep that fence or not. I think I might do. That is the Harlock's fence from Harry. and I absolutely adore it. I really do enjoy it. Yes, I do. So I wanted this lot to be as natural as possible. I've ended up putting a pond in. You can see it there. We put a pond in off to the side here. So I really wanted this lot to feel as realistic as possible. Now, I know with a lot of builders, they love to do like houses like face on, so you can see all of the gorgeous details and whatnot. I like to think about my lots a little bit more realistically. So not everything you can see in this lot from the front. Like you have to go further back to see the swimming pool. There's also a gym and a recording studio for Thorn. Thorn is a musician. I've just pretended that he's a what do they call them? A world celebrity or something, or a 5-star celebrity. So he is getting photographed everywhere. I think Talia is like a 3-star or a 4-star celebrity because of her books. But yeah. Anyway, I didn't even tell you who she lives. Well, I did. She lives here with Thorn, her younger daughter, Blue, and also her dad, Travis. Travis was the kind of start of it. I started off this save file with Travis and Talia. He was a single dad. Her mum died in a very tragic cow plant accident. No, she didn't. She didn't really. I don't really know how Talia's mum died. I've not really gone through with that in my head, but single dad. They were brought up in Henford-on-Bagley in the town area in a little cottage, a little town cottage. So yeah, it's a family of 4 living here, which is perfect for gameplay. Lovely 3-bedroom house as well. So lovely. Look at us getting all of this landscaping down by this wonderful little pond. I put some ducks and some dragonflies all down on here as well, which is cute. I didn't go down the route of putting in any kind of fishing pole, but I kind of wish I did now, to be honest with you, because Travis, Talia's dad, he is retired now. He was a gardener. He was a gardener for years, so he loves to tend all of the crops and stuff that they have here, even though that they do have a gardener that comes in and does everything with this lot. Her dad likes to get stuck in, he's retired now. And he started dating. He started dating an older lady, which is very cute. I actually just downloaded an older lady off the gallery and moved her into Henford-on-Bagley because I want to go and let Travis have a little bit of love as well, We haven't gone down that route properly, so vibing with that indeed. But yeah, lots of landscaping here. I do some of the landscaping on camera, but I also keep a lot of it off of camera too. Just worked out quite nicely that way. So into the greenhouse, I wanted to put 2 beams across to hang some lighting off. So I end up using the lighting from werewolves, I think, just to bring a bit of light out here in the dark. I also realistically lit this whole lot up as well. That was an awful sentence, but I lit the lot up with not that much lighting. A lot of people like to go around and add lighting everywhere so it's like bright at night and stuff. This is in the middle of the countryside. You wouldn't normally see that on land in the countryside, so it's quite a dark lot at night, apart from the house and like the garden sort of area. And that's realistic in my eyes. And you know me, I do like I love a little bit of realism, darlings. I really, really do. Lots of things get planted out here. You'll see that in the video tour. But yeah, very gorgeous. Now, I had lots of weird things happening with this lot. My Sims kept T-posing when they were going for something to eat. And I think it's because I've got some broken CC beds in the game. So I will get them fixed before I get this up on the gallery as well. This will go up on the gallery this week at some point. And I will get all of the CC used up as well. So be on the lookout for it, darlings. Now, up to this level, I really wanted Talia to have her own little area. I ended up putting a toilet up here as well. I really wanted Talia to have her own little area. So the one with the bifold doors is going to be a lovely gym. And this smaller one that I've just put the kind of normal doors on this room here. This is going to be Talia's office. So Talia goes up there to do her writing and just get away from everyday family life. Just to get up there, be in her zone. She works from home. I gave her the freelancer gig and she earns a lot of money. As does Thorn. Thorn earns so much money being a 5-star celebrity. I cannot believe it. They have, you can see how much money they've got down in the bottom. And I did that all by myself. I've nearly got a million simoleons with this particular family. And that is just not from marrying Thorn. Like, we obviously he had a bit of money, but it wasn't too much. Talia was actually richer than Thorn. So, you know, it's those writers, they get all the money. But yeah, very nice. And you can obviously see we're flopping in a swimming pool now. So they had quite a bit of money to spend here, especially with selling the mid-century house, because I think that was like $500,000 as well. So they had a lot of money, and I saved up for ages to buy that house. And I think I still had like 100 grand when I actually bought the mid-century house as well. So she's doing very well for herself. Very well indeed. Very, very well. So I was not too worried about money when I was going through this house. And after I finished, I think I was left with about 500, maybe 550. So yeah, $500,000. It's not too bad, is it, to be honest with you? But yeah, she's worked hard for this, and now she's just taking it easy and writing a book every now and again from home, because she was constantly working, and so was the other father. I can't remember what he's called. We're going to call him Mr. Is it Yakimoto? I can't remember. Oh, I'm failing. I'm absolutely failing. But he was a lovely sim. But they just didn't get along. But yeah, they were working quite often. So I wouldn't say the kids were kind of like abandoned, but they were kind of left to be a little bit more independent. And Blue is kind of being a little bit more spoiled than they were, because she's getting a bit more time with her parents. But yeah, lovely. Anyway, look at this. Gym. Pretty self-explanatory, really. It's got everything in there to keep your bums and your buns absolutely pumped up to the nines, loves. Really, really is. But yeah, I like this over the kind of like pool area. If I'm saying quite a lot, my brain feels fried this week. It really, really does. I don't know about anybody else out there. I was going to ask you this, actually. Has anybody been feeling a little bit weird these past couple of weeks? Ringing in the ears. It's all the spiritual like awakening that's happening throughout the world, loves. I absolutely put it down to that. I've had such a strange feeling these past few weeks. So I'm putting it down to that. I've been reading lots up on it, and I'm putting it down to that, loves. I'm a very, very spiritual person myself. And yeah, that is my vibe for it. Let me know if anybody else has been feeling a little bit weird these past few weeks. Just a bit strange. It's just one of those things. Hence why I really need to have a little break as well. I just want to take a little break away and tune into that. I'm going to tune into it, do a lot of meditation. I've just bought a lovely new meditation pillow, by the way. Very, very nice. It's a mustard, like yellow one. So I'm going to do a little bit of meditation after this. So yeah, be on the looks out for that. I was about to say, yeah, be on the looks out for that. Anyway. Office. I put a rug down here, but I can't remember which one I go for. This one here. Yes, we go for this nice plainer one. And I go for a nice black plain rug down there. I bought a lovely new runner rug for my house just by my main entrance hall. I went for this lovely jute hall runner, loves, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I need to speak about this before we click away from this little hut. This little, oh God, I'm failing. Cow barn. There we go. There are ways of doing this. You can size down the cow barn and go into gameplay and make a debug cow, and then you can make your own barn around it. There was a creator. Oh God, who did it? Oh, I can't remember. There was a creator that I used to follow a tutorial from, and I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Sadie Sims. Sadie Sims, yeah, I think it was. Tells you how to do it, and you just size them down with the tool mod, the little barns, and then I hide them with a bucket, and then you can get all of the controls just by it's still clickable, so you just go in the bucket and click on the actual barn itself, and you can get all of the controls to like clean the cow barn. Sorry, I'm hitting my bloody desk here. I'm describing with my hands, and you can't even see me. But yeah, lovely jubbly. And I like the barn, like the actual like cow sheds. Oh, there we go. There's the right word for it. But I really wanted a bit more of a realistic looking one for this lot. So we went for that kind of like corrugated iron one. Maybe something that always looks like it's been here even before the house. There was an old farm in my head when I was building this. That house was still a house, but it looked a little bit more traditional. They've just modernized it, reclad it, and put a new roof on and stuff. So I still wanted this kind of like the surrounding ground around it to look like it's been here for quite a while. And I think it works. I do think it works. And we do a little hay feeder out the side here using that little wall piece. But very cute. Travis is down here as well. His aspiration has changed now that he's retired. And he comes down here. He loves the cows. He's an animal enthusiast. So he loves to look after all of the cows and chickens and stuff. I just wish that we could have like maybe even like hire in like a farm hand. Oh, sorry, I've nearly hiccuped. That would be so cool if we could, you know, like we can with gardeners and maids and stuff. I wish we could hire in a farm hand where they would come in and look after the animals for us as well. I think that would be really cool. But it's not a thing. Not a thing at all. Now, this all changes around here. We do a little chicken coop. We keep the chicken coop where it is. But I end up moving the swing over into the patio area off to the right there. Because I wanted to get the tree house in this lot. I really wanted Blue to have a tree house. And she did. She did at the end of it. Even though the treehouse doesn't really fit in with this lot, like I wish that those trees were different. I wish that we could just have an object that would fit to any of the trees and be a treehouse. That would have been amazing. But I still loved it, and I love the gameplay with that treehouse. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's idyllic. It really is. So we're up to the kind of like patio areas now. I start off with the main entrance area. Nothing too much there, just a bench, some wellies to take your shoes off. And some plants. And then over on this bit here, we put in a lovely little fire pit area. And it came together really nice. This is straight out from the living room as well. So that living room has got that huge wall of glass that I just wanted it to flood that whole like ground floor level with as much light as possible. Because we've used kind of, not small windows, but smaller kind of those spoon windows from Harry. They're modern, but they're quite, there are bigger ones, but with this one here, I wanted them to be a bit smaller, just to still give a feeling of a traditional farmhouse, but it was modern. Oh my god, that was a long sentence. But yeah, lovely little fire pit area. The family have been around here roasting marshmallows and stuff. Blue was hanging out with her older sister Aiko. Aiko came for a visit. Those Aiko and Travis, who are Talia's firstborns, they are young adults, so they have moved out now. They've done the university. One of them is married. I think Aiko is about to get married. She's not married just yet, but Travis is married. It's all going well. This legacy is going to follow on through, and I cannot wait. Really can. I'm going to be building some houses for them soon as well, because they're starting to earn a little bit more money. So be on the lookout for that as well, my darlings. And this is where we started to get in the treehouse. I was just making sure that the treehouse wasn't floating before I put it in. And then I put a little swing set just off to the side here. And in my head, I was like, oh, well, if the kids are down here, especially when Blue is inviting her friends and stuff over, they've had like slumber parties and stuff down on this level. I really wanted them to have some kind of adult supervision. So I bring down two rocking chairs, and I can imagine Talia and her dad, or even Talia and Thorn, come and sit down here and just chat and, you know, watch the kids play and all of that good stuff. Oh, I've been having fun with gameplay, and I think it's because I really delved into this family, and I've really enjoyed it. And I am not a game player at all. I kind of left gameplay behind when The Sims 3 ended, to be honest. But with this legacy file, I've been having loads of fun. Been having lots and lots of fun with it. I even tried like a challenge on Twitch. I tried the Rags to Riches challenge, and as soon as I made money, and they had twins and they were infants, I was done. I was like, I'm not playing Rags to Riches anymore, bye. And everyone in the chat was like, yeah, I thought you would do that. That's just me. So we're into the interiors now. So this is like a little vestibule where it's like a little study nook, really. That amazing spiral staircase that is completely functional with animations, by the way, is absolutely gorgeous. I cannot remember the creator. I'm going to look through my mods folder here while we're here. Because I need to credit them. It was absolutely amazing. The Pancake One is the maker of those amazing spiral staircases. They are beautiful. The animation is flawless. And I really wanted a spiral staircase for this lot. I still can't believe that nearly 10 years later, we don't have spiral staircases. I think they went down the route of giving us that stair update all those years ago, thinking, oh, that'll keep them quiet. And we're still like, no, give us spiral staircases now. But anyway, so this kitchen is from Felixander. This is the Florence kitchen. I love the way that this the counters are kind of lifted up off of the floor. I really like that. Ignore what I'm doing with that fridge. I use the brownstone fridge from Hey Harry, but in the end I end up going for the Florence one just because the brownstone one was a bit too tall and it was poking through the ceiling because we are up on a platform. But yeah, I wasn't vibing with it very well. And then we do this lovely island here, but I end up shuffling the island along and putting in a dining room table in this part as well. Did you hear my toe then? She's coming to enjoy the party. So yeah, I shuffled this a little bit further along, and it works. It does work because I'm able to put a dining table in there as well. So with the aesthetics inside, you know I'm in my neutral light timber stone era. It is very much that, but I wanted to add in some black accents just so the windows didn't look kind of like out of place too much. So you'll see me every now and again add in a black accent just to tie all of these natural lovely colours all together. And I'm very much for it. Up in the bedrooms, we do add in a little bit more colour up into the bedrooms. The main bedroom, we add a nice like red in. Travis's room, we add a lovely like darker green. And into Blue's room, we don't add a blue. We add like pinks and greens into Blue's room. Even though Blue is definitely a bit of a tomboy, definitely going to go down that route with Blue. She's much more into like playing in the treehouse and, you know, I reckon she would be into sports and stuff as well. So that has been a thing. Yes, it has. She has been practicing football with her dad for a little bit. She very much have. Well, American football. It's not football. Anyway, God, I'm blabbing on, aren't I? So this is the living area. I end up moving that vinyl player there. And I end up putting a glass door out from that area. Just because there was no kind of exit on the other side of the house. And I was just like, we're going to need some kind of exit on that side of the house, so they can get down to the garden and stuff a little bit easier. So I end up putting that sideboard with the vinyl player over on the other side, the right. That sideboard is from... Oh, God, I don't know who that's from. I have no idea. But I bloody love it. I love that rattan, like, door on it. I think it's very nice. We end up putting that on the other side, and then we put a door in on that side. And I'm very much for it to date. And those lovely sofas are from Felixander as well. They're very, very similar to the sofa I have in my house. Apart from the skirt at the bottom. We've just got legs down there. So this is the bathroom downstairs. We go for a nice big bathroom downstairs. And also upstairs, there's quite a nice substantial size. They've all got full showers and baths in. I really wanted a juxtaposition with the bathrooms. We went very, very light and timbery throughout the rest of the house. Whereas with the bathrooms, I kind of wanted to pay respect to the black accents and the newer parts of the farmhouse on the outside. So I go very dark and black in the, in all of the bathrooms. Very, very nice indeed. I'm trying to look for like a little corner shelf here that I can just fit into the middle so they can put... Do I find one? I think I do. What one do we use? This is fascinating for me as well because I have no idea. Is this one? No. Oh, you're taking your time, Aidan. Oh, we go for this one here. Oh, yes. Then I put in two, I think. Yeah. Just so the shower's got like space to be able to put up some, you know, trinkety bits and gorgeous, gorgeous skincare stuff. I'm an absolute whore for skincare. So that is a necessity for me. Yes, it is. So this is the garage. This is the garage bit. You obviously saw me do the little exterior bit. One side of the garage is not really usable because, as we all know, cars are not usable in The Sims 4. Will they be? I reckon they should be. And I reckon there will be. I was at a point of thinking, actually, no, I don't think they ever will be. But why the hell would we have a whole section to transportation if we are never getting cars in The Sims 4? That's what I would like to know. So anyway, went on a tangent there. So you can see what it's going to be. It's going to be a recording studio for Thorn. This is Thorn's man cave. Again, with Talia, they needed kind of like separate spaces from the house so they can get on with their work and work from home quite a lot. Thorn does a lot of his writing. He's a singer-songwriter. So he is here singing and writing lots of music. quite a lot of the time, actually. He tends to go down here quite automatically to play instruments and sing and stuff. I've locked all of these doors, so only Thorn is allowed into this like little area as well. But yeah, that's the thing. So we're into the bedrooms now. The first bedroom is Travis's. So this is Granddad's bedroom. I wanted to go a little bit more, not traditional, but yeah, well, a little, it's still contemporary, but with the bed frame and stuff, I wanted to keep it a little bit more traditional for his room. So we ended up using that lovely Charlie Pancakes bed frame. And I can't remember, is it Harry and Felix or just Harry or just Felix for that bedding? Can't remember what bedding it is. One of the beddings is broken in my game, so I need to make sure I go for and re-download all of the broken bedding, because I haven't done that for months now. And how long has that bug been in the game? So I do need to go and fix that, because my Sims are not eating. They're making a cup of tea, then T-posing, and it's on the floor, and I'm very fuming. I kept blaming the game, and then I was like, maybe I should check this out. Then I saw in a forum that CC bedding and beds have been breaking. Yeah, making your Sims T-post. So that was my fault. That was my bad. And do excuse. Oh, I feel like I've been talking, my loves, for about 50 hours. I really do. But I'm going to keep waffling on because I absolutely adore you all. Wardrobe, here we go. Shoes. Other trinkety bits. A little picture of the seaside. Travis loves a bit of the seaside, so I'll put a little trinkety picture up there for him. And we give him a little window seat as well. Maybe again, if he wants to escape the family, he's got his own little refuge here where he can come and sit and read a book by the window or something. But knowing Travis, he's always outside. He loves the outdoors, and so he's always out there. Yeah, that's Travis. So here we are. I think that is the bed that has been breaking for me, is the Tiny Travelers one, because I haven't updated it. So I need to go and do that as well before I put it up in the gallery. But this is Blue's room. Just a mix of colours in here. Lots of neutrals, lighter tones, pinks, woods, greens, all of that kind of good stuff. And I didn't want to litter this up with too much. With their last house, it had so much stuff in it. It was just overwhelming. So I go for a little bit more of a minimalist vibe throughout this whole house. Said that very strange. Yeah, I go for a little bit more of a minimalistic vibe in here. And yeah, I do enjoy how it came out at the end. I really do. Very, very much do. So this is the kind of main bedroom. I go for that lovely red wall behind the bed. I think that red is absolutely gorgeous. I think that red is either from Charlie Pancakes or Hey Harry. I can't remember which one. Or Harry and Felix, sorry. I can't remember if it's on the Tiny Travelers one or it's one of Charlie Pancakes' small collection. I think it could be. Could be wrong. But anyway, big bedroom, quite minimalist. I do like that, and I wanted to bring in a little bit more of the red by using those lovely little armchairs, and they kind of fit in quite nicely. Very nice indeed. Very nice. And we go for this lovely big lantern. I think that one's from Felix. Very nice indeed. Anyway, I think the final room, I think I show you 2 bathrooms. I do. You are a lucky bugger. So it's pretty much like downstairs, but with less wooden panels here. I go for tiled walls and stuff instead. But again, juxtaposition, lots of black against the rest of the farmhouse. Anyway, my loves, I'm going to finish up now because I have been waffling on for far too long. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with some more Let's Build the Worlds. As I said, I'm live on Twitch tonight, 7 p.m. BST. Continuing the high school build in The Sims 4. So if you want to be there, then be there. But if not, I'll see all you gorgeous lovelies tomorrow in my next video. Goodbye.